Alrighty, we are live. I'm live. You're live. We're live. I'm going to sit on my physio ball for this, but let's just start landing in your body for right now without, let's say, letting go of what happened before, letting go of what's coming next, and just being present in your own body right now, um, in your own body mind, and feeling what it feels like to be in your skin. And then also, whatever it feels like, just offering yourself some kindness, some empathy, some compassion. We don't need to be like all hard on ourselves. Like I had a day yesterday, this is my little admission of literally watching TV the whole day. I don't think I've done I that's just not something I ever do. And I was like, oh my God, I'm being so useless. But sometimes you gotta do it. Sometimes you just gotta do nothing or just watch TV. Anyway, I was like, "Oh, this is horrible. I'm being a bad person." Like, I'm just not doing. So, inhale, lift, feel into your body. Exhale. See, I just took you into the past, right? I took you into the past. Inhale, open, and exhale, let it go. But was just explaining how we can feel bad about ourselves for things that really we shouldn't feel bad about. Exhale, and one more. Inhale. It's just the preliminary breath, and then exhale. And then we're going to do the Tim Vanderfleet slash low key Wim Hof breathing. Um, and we're just going to think of your whole body growing on the inhale and then coming back together on the exhale. So it's like a three-dimensional filling up and then three-dimensional coming back into itself. And we'll do 10 breaths and I will try to count these, but I might do 11 or 12 or maybe 9. Here we go. And I didn't tell you, we're going to take a deep breath in, let everything out. Big deep breath in and we'll hold. Hold it. Think of the inner body drawing in and up and the outer body relaxing down and out. And then a hiss to let go. For as long as it takes. At the end of that, inhale, hold, draw in and up, relax out and down. So there's an energy that's going like this, and then maybe coming back up like a torus, Torus. Let it go. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Yeah, I've done this the past couple classes, so I didn't give you a huge explanation going in. I'll do a video that is just this breathing for a short, like 5, 6 minute session. All right, here we go again. 10 breaths in, then we take another big breath and we breath hold for not that long. If we were doing like Wim Hof, we would be trying to do for like minutes. But for right now, we're just doing like 20 to 40 seconds. And if you want to go longer, go longer. If you need to come out, come out. Here we go. 10, growing and shrinking with the breath. Everything out. Big breath in. Hold. Inner body drawing in and up, outer body relaxing. Slow hiss. Extending that exhale. At the end of that, big breath in and hold for a few more seconds. Drawing in and up, relaxing out and down. let that go. So it's not like we want to spend our day walking around drawing our energy up, and like we want to just let our bodies be natural without having to think about that stuff. And it's not like suddenly we've learned these new techniques of just constricting our inner body. Those are just holds for a few seconds and then we let them go. All right, third and final time. This is ideally done seated or laying down. Like I prefer seated, but probably best not to do it standing. Although we're doing such a short one, you could do it standing. Good. Fully in, fully out. Big breath in and hold. Drawing in and up, relaxing out and down. So holding in and up. I'm just doing these little sniffs so that I can talk. You are breath holding. Let it go. Soft hiss. Take an inhale. Short breath hold. Fill up, in and up, out and down. Let it go and just relax everything. Shake it out. I'm on my physio ball so I can bounce, bounce and shake. You could do this standing. I will take this up, bounce and shake. Give your tissue some resilience, some bouncy trouncy. Just a quick little bit of information. Like when we're doing that big breathing, that's like up regulation. That's drawing energy into our body. Those long extended exhales, those are down regulators. Those slow us down. So we're doing them both within the same thing. We're emphasizing the energy, we're emphasizing the movement with that uplifting. And then on that exhale, really thinking of letting go and melting. You could just do that hissing breath for 5 minutes and that would down regulate you, calm you down a lot. But it's nice to have them together in this way. Let's bounce a little bit more, shake it out, let go of any tension that you're holding on to, let go of any yuckiness that you need to let go of. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. And you can say that. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. And it's funny. That makes me laugh. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Have a party in your body. Little celebration. Oh, when's the last time you celebrated in your body? Oh, yes, we won. We won. How exciting. Yes, they got the goal. Whatever it is that makes you celebrate in your body, we want to do that sometimes. It's good for us, especially if we do it with a group of people, right? Everyone gets excited together. We offload a lot of weird energy. There is a lot to be said for the tribal parts of our body and mind where we get together, we allow our nervous systems to co-regulate in these various ways. And maybe we're kind of doing that here together, even it's a small group, just a few people in the Zoom, a few people online. Maybe we can feel into the field of energy that we are creating together. All right, let's take this up and over our head. So you're going to take an up and over, it's a weight shift, up and over, like you're swiping the windscreen with an arm circle, and it's a weight shift. Pushing, you could go enough that that leg comes up off the floor and your head is going off vertical. I'm bending the knee I'm moving onto. Just getting the side flow in your body and sort of a rhythm going with that. Good. And now let's change it. Opening wide, elbow to knee, contralateral movement, cross body coming in. It's like a cross crawl. This contralateral movement is a good reset for our nervous system, right? Humans were made to walk. Humans were made to walk and run, which is a contralateral pattern. Let's go to the back, same thing. On sort of a gross scale of movement, contralateral movement is more three-dimensional than sort of more linear, one half of the body and then the other, or upper versus lower. And our tissue loves that. So anytime we're doing that, we're giving our tissue a little more three-dimensional massage. That is also our nervous system moving through our tissue. All right, let's go down to the floor. Sitting, cameraman, getting the camera all set up, sitting on your butt, cross-legged position, opening your arms out, side stretch, side body opening up, head and neck coming into that side curl. Reaching out through your fingertips. We're going to take it the whole way around, taking it forward, coming around to the other side, and then opening up. Sideways, take it forward, around to the side, and open. So those breath holds we were doing, you could do them much longer. If I'm doing them by myself in the morning, I usually start out with my first breath hold is like maybe 45 seconds, second one just over a minute, and then the third one, minute and a half. I usually don't go up to 2 minutes, but some people do. Some people go beyond that. I'm kind of like, okay, that's enough. I don't need to, I'm not going to be a deep sea diver, but maybe I need to start going longer. I don't know. Change so your non-dominant leg is in front, and we're going to go the whole way around, but we're going to go slow. So taking it to the side, side stretch. Feel your inner body lengthening toward the outer body. Take it down over your knee. Surrender, soften. Bring it into center. Take it to the other knee. Side stretch. And open up. And we're going to go back the same way. Sideways, side stretch. Inner body lengthening and opening. And then surrender down over your knee. Letting go. Taking it forward. Over the other knee. Side stretch. And open it up. And let's take our legs out in front. I'm just going to show you the sideways. So I'm going to have my hands on my knees. I'm going to curl and round my spine. And I'm going to actually let my shoulders really lift up. So I'm hunching in, curling and rounding. And then I'm going to lift my sternum forward and through, arching and opening. And I am lifting and opening my chest, looking towards the heavens. And then hollow and curl. Shoulders get to draw up. So you're really contracting and curling in. And then lift and arch. Chest, lungs, and heart. Draw through. Try to get your lower back to arch a little bit, right? You may have to have pretty long arms for that to happen, depending on how tight you are. And then hollow, curl, shoulder blades draw up, rounding, and then lift and arch. Shoulder blades draw down. Good. So we want our scapula on our back to have a lot of movement. Sometimes when we have like frozen shoulder or when we have issues in our rotator cuff, it's because we're not getting support for the movement from our scapula, collarbone, this relationship, this triad of, well, it's more than a triad, but this, like the humerus, your collarbone, and your scapula should all be working together in a rhythm that like supports the movement. So let's just do this. You're just gonna sit up in any way that's comfortable, cross-legged. You could sit on a chair. Just circle your shoulders around and let your scapula really move. So I'm circling my shoulders and I'm circling my elbows and I'm feeling into that relationship. I'm not trying to stabilize anything. I am trying to mobilize, getting this whole upper chest, lungs, heart area moving with the arms. Go the other way. So there's a little teeny bit of an arch and curl in there, and my scapula are really moving on my back. All right, let's take it down to the floor. Come in for a landing. Thank you, Mother Earth, for holding us on the planet and not throwing us off. Gravitational field of the earth. We can nestle into it. Let's just easily drop knees from one side to the other, opening through the middle. So if some women tend to hold, men too, but I see it much more in women. tend to hold a lot of tension in their inner thighs, like they're kind of clamping themselves. If you have that, if that's one of your patterns, see if you can just let it go just for a minute as you open and close. Gee, I can't imagine why that pattern would arise. Anyway, so let that be soft and easy. And as you're doing that, you're massaging through the back of the hips and your butt, upper butt, maybe lower butt too. We're all shaped differently. Let's take this so that we're rolling all the way onto one side. Relax your head into the floor and then pour your body like water to the other side. Maybe like molasses or something slow moving. Oh, hello, Gaylord. Letting your, if you're holding tension in your back, just let that soften, melt, and be absorbed by the earth. My assistant is here to help me roll. The pokey, like toothpick fingers. He's just adding some weight. All right. Let's come in and let's just open up the front of the body and then fold and lower. So pressing up and then lowering down. He likes to sit in the sun in the morning. And if I had that curtain open, it would be right there on him. Inhale, lift, exhale, down. Let's take the arms up with it, lift and lower. So we're going to do this with variations of where the palm of your hand is pointing. So right now my palms are touching the floor. And then I'm going to turn my palms towards my hips. And then my palms are facing the ceiling. And then they spiral out. So palms are outward. Palms to the floor. Palms facing in. Palms to the ceiling. And then spiraling, palms facing out. Good. And then let's press up. Interlace your hands behind your butt. Walk your shoulders closer together. Push the floor away. You're going to roll to the outer edge of your foot and then try and touch your knees together. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Pelvis should be bobbing up and down a little bit, but mostly you're pushing the floor away. Tissue sliding and gliding, like the muscle fibers and fascia, the tendons and ligaments are moving. Within that, your nervous system is moving through there too. So is your blood, right? Everything is moving in your body when you move. Undo your hands, roll it all the way down. Take your legs and arms up to the ceiling and just give them a shake. Like have a little tantrum on the floor. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. You can add sound or not. It's funny if you do. Like let yourself lighten up in your face. So I don't know. I'm not going to scream right now because I have other people in the house who don't want to hear me screaming. I'm already yelling enough for them. So let's go for a happy baby. Free up your baby. Wiggle around. Letting go. Letting your lower back release. Wiggle, wiggle. Inner flow. Juicy, free flowing. We're not blocking it up, right? When we have like sort of, I mean, and we can do this for many reasons, emotional, physical, this is what we've been taught, or we've seen, or cultural. We might take on these patterns of holding and kind of constricting. Let it all go. Let it all hang out just for now. You can pick that thing right back up. What do I call it? The backpack of other people's expectations. As soon as you get done with class, put that backpack back on if you want to. But starting to learn to let go so that we're not blocking our own flow, letting go of tension, melting, softening. And from there we can strengthen. From there we can become more adaptable, meaning within our bodies we can move more easily. Legs up to the ceiling, hands behind your head. Let's point as we come down and then flex up. Point as you reach down, cross body, elbow to knee. Inhale up, exhale down. Use your breath. So it's nice to have some movement that's really free form and you do it however you want. And it's also nice to have some movement that has a really specific form. And we're going for shapes and we're going for sensations in our body, right? So it's not like, oh, just be soft and gushy all the time. But it's also that once we finish an exercise, we don't want to keep holding the tension for it. We're going to change this one leg in, one leg out, skip the top one. A little faster, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax. Look around. Open your eyeballs, but receive the world. So you're not bulging out to see everything, you're letting it come in. You're just receiving vision. And then let's open up into the shape of an X. So your X, it's a little bit longer than it is wide. It's not like a perfect X or perfectly what am I saying? I don't know. It's a little bit longer than it is wide, like you're in a doorway, touching the corners of the doorway. We're going to bend the elbow and knee together on one side and then slide it out. Elbow and knee, slide it out. My foot is coming off the floor, but I'm trying to keep my hips equally pointing to the ceiling. So it's not like I'm going to turn to my side. I'm kind of staying flat. Homolateral movement, moving one side and then moving the other. There is going to be your leg may come quite off the floor, but just trying to keep sort of flat in your shoulders and hips. Good. And then we're going to change that. We're going to go with straight arm and leg coming together, trying to connect, lined up with your midline, and then open it out. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale, reach. Up, open, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, 2 more. Last one. And then heels digging into the floor. I'm gonna narrow in so my heels can be on my mat and do a heel rock. So I'm going, feet are still like at least shoulder distance apart, not a little wider. Try to relax your whole body. So you're sending your ripple like a wave up and down through your body. So this is an exercise that is about letting go, not adding tension, right? We're just releasing as much as we can, sending movement, fluid movement through our body as if we are bodies of water. And guess what? We are bodies of water. Rotate in and out, let that go. And let's roll onto one side. And then you're going to lengthen back down to the position you were in. Roll it onto the other side and lengthen back down. Roll it in, curl into a ball, and lengthen, slide it down. Curl it into a ball and lengthen, slide it down. This is just a kind of mobility, right? Oh, I'm in my bed. I want to roll over. But it's also massaging out parts of our body as we're connecting to the floor. So we're hydrating tissue. We're getting this movement into a curl and then lengthening out. Good. And then we're going to come onto our side. Come onto your side, bring your legs straight down below you. You're going to pick up the top. You're going to pick up both legs. See if you can internally and externally rotate. Turn in, turn out, turn in, turn out. Spiral in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. We're going to roll it over to the other side. How easy is that transition? The rolling. Rotate in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. 4 more, in, out, 3, 2, and 1. And take it back to the first side. So The exercise is one thing, but the transition is maybe more important because what you're doing in life is not doing a bunch of exercises. You are transitioning from one thing to another to another. You're not thinking about, oh, I'm going to do it like this. And so, how we move from place to place is maybe more important than what we're doing in the place. Maybe. All right, let's take our legs straight down below you. You're in one long line here. You're going to come up and then lengthen it back down. Coming up, lengthen it back down. So we're doing a lot of sort of body half type stuff here. Up, reach it out, coming up, reach it out, up and out, up. Try not to pike in your hips. So try to keep your legs long and down. And last one, up and down. So these exercises that we're doing right now, I feel like are super helpful for the integrity of your hip socket. One, because your weight is on it, but two, because we're doing a lot of movement that isn't the way that you would normally move. So the water in your body is relating to gravity in a different way, and the requirement of the tissue is something that we aren't often doing unless you do this all the time. Coming down, up and down, up. And what is the tissue? The tissue is the fascia, it's the muscles, it's everything that's sort of holding you together. If you looked at a piece of chicken and cut through it, you can see all that white stuff, right? A piece of raw chicken. Then if you cook the chicken and you cut through it, you can see how like there's like bundles of muscle fiber, right? So everything that's holding each of those little muscle fibers individually wrapping them, that's fascia. The thing holding the bigger container, that's fascia. The bigger bandy stuff, also fascia. So it's really the organ that helps us. It's continuous throughout our whole body, and it's helping us maintain form. And when we move our body, we're requiring different things from our fascia. So, like, let's say I always wear a bag and I walk around with my shoulder lifted because I'm holding my bag on that shoulder. My fascia is going to help me tighten that in, right? So, I'm going to have generally one shoulder that's just going to naturally be a little higher because my body's gone, oh, this is the pattern I need to hold, right? That's one reason why, like, carrying a bag on one shoulder is suck oh for your body. Better to have a little backpack, hold it in your hand, have two little bags, whatever. I've opted for the backpack. Let's come up onto hands and knees, circles with your chest and lungs, big circles down to the floor and up. Again, letting your scapula move around on your back, freeing up that pattern. Heart, veins and arteries, your whole vascular system, circulatory system, it's just going to, you're going to imagine in your mind's eye, change direction, imagining that your whole circulatory system is just getting healthier. So if you have any kind of plaques forming in there, imagine that with this movement, they are being encouraged to reabsorb, or that the linings of the cell linings of the veins and the arteries are healthy. Just imagine that, right? We can say, oh, if there's anything starting to grab or hold, let's soften that up and let that reabsorb into our bodies. Our bodies can do that. And they respond really well to our thoughts, right? So if we imagine something, it's possible that we can help our body heal. This is like the most awkward sweatshirt to get on and off, but I love the color. All right, let's come onto hands and knees. We're going to do a couple of free form things and a couple of organized things. So let's start with a free form. We're going to do a theta breath. You can also do this on your elbows. So, or if you are having issues with your knees, you can come onto a chair, have your hands on the chair. We're going to do a free form spinal movement with a theta breath. So the theta breath is a natural down regulator. We want to feel ourselves coming into presence with ourselves. So try not to wander off into the rest of the day in your mind, in your awareness. And we're going to free flow the spine. So free flow movement with the theta breath. Be curious. What can your spine do? How can you move? Or you could think beyond the spine, the whole head tail connection. If you didn't know like what posture was, or even like what human movement was, what would you do? How would you figure it out? How would you learn to move your body? Experimentation. And let's just take an arm and a leg out and then add a little free flow movement inside there. So see if you can free up your spine. I could do my arms and legs with a lot of free flow movement. Sometimes we do that, but can you free up the spine a little bit? Go ahead and change it to the other side. Same thing, finding it. Maybe it's enough just to be there, but can you add some micro movement? Don't go crazy. Just go with what feels good. Good, and let it go. So that's like form and freedom stuck together, which is very curious, right? Because if I say move in any way that you want, then it's kind of hard. Well, what should I do? What do I don't know what to do. But if I say be in this position and I'll see if you can free up your spine, you have an easier task. People like to know what they're doing, most people. And given too much freedom, without some structure, it's hard to do things. It's hard to make anything. If there's just freedom, we need form in order to make things as well. So this is balance between freedom and form. Let's take it into a forearm plank and push forward and backwards. So head, heels. Head reaches, then heels reach. And then come into center and see if you can free up your spine in there. You can bend one knee, bend an up, and bend another, one of your many knees. See how it is to mobilize in that position in different ways. And release, come all the way down to the ground. So for me, like the mobility exercise in that plank is way harder than just being still in there. Bend, let your knees fall from side to side. Allowing that to massage out your quads, release the front of your hip flexors, relax your psoas. Psoas, big, juicy muscle, long, plumped up psoas, inside, deep inside your body, coming inside next to your spine. It is central in your body. And then let's take our hands next to our chest, baby cobra, coming back down. Inhale up, exhale down. Baby cobra, lift your legs, radiate out into an X, bring it back in, take it down. Upper body, lower body, widen, narrow, lower. Upper body, lower body, open it out, bring it in, come down. Upper, lower, expand, narrow, down, upper, lower, reach it out, bring it in, come down, upper, lower, reach it out, float it around. Find some movement in there. Be curious. And then relax. Take yourself back into a child's pose. Breathe in your child's pose, big three-dimensional body. Fill up your whole back with your breath. Feel your heartbeat if you can. Tune into the inner rhythms of your own body, your breath and your heart. When your breath, your respiratory rate, and your heart rate are working in a coordinated manner, your body becomes more coherent, meaning there's harmony. It's working together. It's working for you to be healthy. When when they're not, when things are like shifting around a whole lot, there's a lot of change. Um, It can be that there's stress and change that you are putting on your body and you know it and you have the choice to do that or not do that, and that can be great for your system. But if you're in a situation where you have no control over that and these things are, stressors are happening and it can take a toll on your body. So for coherence, we want to think of breathing like a coherent, we'll end it with a coherent breathing exercise. But let's come down onto our sides, which means that for the inhale and the exhale are the same length of time. And the perfect amount of time for that has been, if we read the Breathe book by James Nestor, is 5.5 seconds. So usually like a 5 or a 6 count. Let me just blab some more. Legs out down below you. Let's go toes to knee, reach it to the ceiling and flex and bring it down. Toes to your knee, extend to the ceiling, flex and lower. Toes drawing up the leg, reach it out, flex, down, drawing up the leg, reach, flex, down. 4 more, 3, 2, last one. And roll it over to the other side. And I'm just gonna roll or adjust other side. Drawing it up your leg, reach, flex, and lower. Draw it up, extend, flex down. Toes sliding up, reach. Think of your leg growing longer. Think of the tissue, muscle fibers, fascia lengthening out as you're doing this. So you're moving and extending. 4 more, 3, 2, creating a flow in your body. Last one. And then come in onto your back. We're going to do a big spiral. Arms out, legs up, going from side to side. Push the floor away. If you want to make it harder, extend your legs. Try to keep the angle in your hips less than 90 degrees. So 90 degrees or less than. So it's not going down here, but it's 90 or less, the angle between your body and your hips. Good. And bring it in. Shake it all out. Come up. Find your way onto your hands and knees. Cross one knee behind the other. So one knee behind the other. Open your feet wide. You're just going to take your weight backwards and then forwards. Head reaches forward, tail reaches back. So I could sit down here, but I'm going to go back. I'm going to sit there eventually, but for now, I'm just going to go back and forth a few times. Reaching forward, lengthening back. And then finally, I'm going to sit down. Sitting into it. If you need to straighten the bottom knee, if this position doesn't work for you, adjust it so that it works in your body. And I'm just going to take it forward and breathe. Feeling the growing and shrinking with my breath. As I'm in there, I'm like, oh, is there anything I can let go of? Is there any tension? Is there anything I can just soften a little bit? Release and melt. And then take it forward and change it so the other leg is behind. Head reaches forward, tail reaches back. Go back and forth a few times. If sitting down is really unavailable to you, then just stay with this pattern. This is fine. Taking it into seated. Surrender, soften, melt. Let go. Big breathing. Good. And then let that go. Both legs out in front of you. Give them a bang. Rotate in and out. And we're going to finish it off with the coherent breathing. So I'm coming back onto my physio ball. I'll count us through this. And sometimes people think, oh no, I'm just here to exercise. I don't need the breath work. But really, like, you're going to breathe for the rest of your life. And the better, the more effective you breathe, the healthier your body is. So I feel like the breath work is actually perhaps more important. They're both super important and they go well together. So we're going to inhale. Actually, just take a second to land because I'm still very upregulated. I'm like, can I even inhale for 6 counts right now? I don't know. Let go. Take a sigh. And then we'll do it. So exhale everything out. I'll just do it for 5 counts. 5 in, 5 out. Exhale, breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to add the hands. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Get your little ball. Feel into it for a second. See if you can feel like there's energy between your fingers, between your hands, your chi, your energy, your prana, and then just give yourself a wash with the ball, right? Oh, clear the energy field, shake everything out. TV land people, thanks for sticking around. I know I had a couple people in there. Yay, bravo, you did it. Woo, party. Oh, like and subscribe, all those things. Consider a Patreon thing or buy me a coffee, any of that stuff, or nothing, and just show up and take class. That's fine too.